The following episode of Conspiracy Court is conducted by actual lunatics. The opinions expressed in this show do not reflect the opinions of Ghost City Tours. Enjoy. Or don't.
All rise for the dishonorable Judge Kaylee.
Okay. Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome. Okay, so you don't all have to be seated. We went through this last time.
I'm sorry.
Bailiff, stand up.
I'm still drunk from the last episode. I'm not used to being a bailiff.
Okay, well, welcome to Conspiracy Court, the only courtroom where facts are encouraged, logic is optional, and every case ends with a sentence. Today's case centers on one of the internet's most recognizable conspiracy theories. Most of us have looked up and seen the white trails behind airplanes. You look up in the sky, you see them. Some people see ordinary condensation. Others see evidence of a secret operation happening right above our heads. Today, this court intends to hear both sides. Representing the plaintiff is Adriana, who argues that chemtrails are a deliberate government program. Representing the defense is Gabe, who argues those trails are simply contrails produced by jet aircraft. My job is to hear the evidence, ask the important questions, and ultimately render a verdict. Whether that verdict is correct is another matter entirely. Counsel, are we ready to proceed?
Yep.
Cool. Very well. Let's begin. We'll begin with opening statements. Each side will have approximately 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Thank you. To present their case. Plaintiff, you have the floor.
I don't need 2 minutes. This will be very brief. The government is spraying us. They're trying to kill us. This isn't anything new. That's my opening statement. Yeah. They've always tried to kill us. They're poisoning our food. They are trying to cover up the sun. And they just don't want us to exist because there's too many of us and we're too difficult to control because there's too many of us. So population control, reduction of population so that you can enact a new world order.
Thank you, counsel. Defense, your opening statement?
Mine is also very simple. I'm a man of science, but I do also believe the government's trying to kill us. I just think it could be done in an easier way.
Now let's find out whether either of you can actually prove your case. Plaintiff, you may present your evidence.
My evidence, Your Honor, is simple. My eyes. How many times have we gone outside and looked at the sky and boom, there's a bunch of lines everywhere. Sometimes they're in a crisscross pattern. Why would I've seen plaid patterns in the sky. Why would planes be flying in this type of pattern? What is the purpose of that? And not to mention that you'll see these patterns, you see the lines of various different descriptions. Sometimes they're forming little grids, sometimes they're just parallel lines, whatever. How do you explain that then an hour later, a perfectly blue sky and a perfectly sunny day turns into a dark and dreary day? How is that possible? Also, have you guys, okay, who else is from the 90s? Okay, thank you. So do you guys remember like being kids and like the reality feeling a little bit brighter? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just the depression talking. It's true. Mm-hmm. So reality used to be a bit more brighter because in the 90s, they didn't have these stupid government programs spraying us, trying to kill us all. Okay. And so now, now you go out and like the sun is hazy, the sky's a little hazy, there's weird clouds everywhere. And everyone has depression and anxiety all of a sudden. Everyone's angry and fighting against each other. It's all part of the plan because what these chemtrails are doing is spraying all sorts of chemicals, mainly aluminum and barium, into the atmosphere, it rains down on our crops, rains down on people, and it causes all sorts of different physical issues, physical ailments. So, namely, asthma, migraines, itchy eyes, allergies, all these things that all of a sudden everyone has, which, we could go back to 30 years ago. People didn't have the same issues. Okay, and then tell me, why is everyone on prescription meds? Why is everyone anxious? Why is everyone angry? And why is everyone depressed? I looked this up, but 30 years ago in the 90s, we had 50% less of instances of mental illness, people living with mental illness. Okay, so it's doubled since the 90s. So arguably, what, like 30, 40 years? And why is that? What's the explanation? What else has changed? Well, the fact that we're being poisoned daily. That's my argument.
Okay. Yeah. Defense, your response.
Okay.
Good fucking luck, buddy.
Well, those little crisscross patterns you see in the sky, right? There's this thing called flight paths where multiple different planes fly multiple different routes over the sky. You may notice them a lot over places that have airports in their cities, right? All of that is condensation. I think it would be absolutely ridiculous to assume that those are all chemicals being poured down upon us, right?
Why would condensation last 3 hours?
Well,
in the sky?
because of atmospheric temperature. So
You're not debating yet.
Sorry.
Just shut up.
All right.
Sorry.
Not to a woman. Thank you.
Thank you, Your
You may
Honor.
proceed, Gabe.
well, the amount of resources it would take to pour all of these chemicals into the sky from commercial aircraft is astronomical.
Where are our tax dollars going? I'm sorry, we're not debating yet.
Well, I find it hard to believe that all of these people at these airports, pilots, flight attendants, the bag people, everybody, I don't know what you call those people, but the bag people, all of those people would keep their mouths shut after seeing something like this.
Because it's not happening at JFK Commercial Airport in New York City. It's happening from secret military bases. These are people who are trained to keep quiet. As someone who interviewed for the CIA, like I did, and this is a true story, by the way, I interviewed for the CIA. I already was disqualified because when they wanted to put me through the, what do they call it? The lie detector. I was supposed to not tell one single person, unless it was my spouse, that I was in the process of interviewing for the CIA. But I had told my whole family. I had told all my friends. I had essentially almost posted it on Facebook because I was so excited. So,
See, she never stops yapping.
to my point, what did you say?
Nothing.
To my point,
Just talking like
these people are sworn to secrecy, or else they don't have a job. So,
Sure. I am in firm belief, like you said, that the government is poisoning us. Absolutely. As someone who is not a big fan of the government, hasn't done anything for me, hasn't done anything for a lot of people.
True.
I just do think that there are easier ways to do it. So if you're going to be pumping chemicals into the sky, right, why not use factories that are already pumping those same chemicals into the sky? The government could easily set up multiple factories across multiple different states. No one would even think to look at them, right? And they could pump all of these chemicals from there.
they already do. The factories already do. This is all, you're looking at this as isolated incidents. These are all part of the master plan. Pollute the waterways, pollute the skies, pollute the food supply, pollute our minds with, all the shit that's out there. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the same goal. You're just looking at one thing isolated.
Sure. But why bother loading up a bunch of planes full of chemicals and spraying over the sky that everybody can see when you can just give everybody diarrhea lettuce?
Again, all part of the plan.
So question, do you not think that they would try everything under the sun to, reduce world population? Yeah.
Sure.
Diarrhea lettuce,
Yeah.
air.
But you also have to look at the people who
Government
believe.
cheese.
Okay, well, government cheese is a very separate topic.
Government cheese is a big conspiracy to go down the
Many-
rabbit hole. I was
many
almost going to say a
cheesecakes.
big conspiracy to go down on, but
Not this episode.
sorry. I misspoke.
Well, Gabriel, are you finished with your evidence, with your points?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's some weak ass evidence.
You're fighting a losing battle.
All right. Well, based on what Gabe just covered, plaintiff, you may now respond.
Oh, now.
Okay.
I mean, what else is
Peanut
there to say?
gallery. Let's.
By the way, why did you make me wear these shorts?
You look kind of
Anyway.
good.
Just don't sit down.
Yeah.
know if I
Okay.
can.
So, what else is there to say? Your argument is very weak. There's clearly, again, I said this last episode, they're trying to make us believe something other than our eyes. You can clearly see them. It's not condensation that would go away within minutes, probably. Why are they lingering for hours on end? Why are they all of a sudden changing the color of the sky and the way the sky looks, the clarity of how the sun, how we can perceive the sun? Like, why is all that happening? Also, I found a video. Prince did an interview back in, was that 2009? I think so. He was in a late talk show, and he talked about how, there was this comedian, and I can't remember his name, but he observed all of these chemtrails over his neighborhood, and all of a sudden everyone was fighting with each other, and there was no explanation as to why they were all fighting, but somehow what was going on in the sky was influencing the way people perceived other people and the way they felt, and mainly it was anger. And then, of course, you have a lot of depression and anxiety as well. How do you explain all that?
Well, to be fair, Prince was on opiates, so you can't exactly trust anything that he says.
He looked pretty happy to me, and he
The
didn't
artist
look angry.
formerly known as Prince.
What is he known as now?
Dead.
This episode is brought to you by Ghost City Tours, your guide to the haunted side of history in over 30 cities nationwide. From restless spirits to unsolved mysteries, our tours bring the dead back to life. Book now for a haunted city near you at ghostcitytours.com.
So we'll now move into cross-examination. Each side will have the opportunity to question each other.
Also, aren't you on opiates?
All right.
Well, how would you know that? Could be, couldn't be. I like to keep people on their toes.
Sorry, I just, if we're going to rag on Prince.
It's a totally different legal matter.
Sorry.
Now we're going to move along to the cross-examination, which you guys have already been doing, annoyingly so. But yeah, please begin.
I want you to name one credible source for chemtrails.
Alex Jones.
Wrong.
How is he not credible?
There's so much information saying that he's not credible.
That's not an argument. Like, there's so much information saying he's not credible. How is Alex
Go
Jones?
watch 2 minutes of Alex Jones
How
and tell
is
me
the
that man is
man
credible.
who has predicted where that 9/11 was going to happen, the 9/11 attack was going to happen, that he said he exposed that frogs were trans now? How is that man not credible? I know he did. Was it Sandy Hook? That was not the best.
And he did lose that lawsuit.
Yeah. But that was the only one that he got, the only thing he got wrong.
I would classify Alex Jones as a bona fide psychopath, in my personal opinion. I don't think he has proper credibility.
All right. I've seen enough of this.
Alex-
Come on.
Alex Jones-
You get over there.
Alex Jones is literally
Here,
the
take
most
those stupid
accurate.
hat. You're the bailiff. Look, you're
Prophet.
arguing with a
They call
crazy
him
person.
prophet.
We are not arguing about the validity of the government poisoning people. We've probably seen that over and over and over again. What
We
we
know
are
it's
talking
valid.
about today is chemtrails.
Yeah.
Now, to Gabe's point,
Chemtrails are poisoning people. That's the whole point.
no, it's just discharge from the plane. It's just natural, just what planes do. To his point, if we were going to poison the people, we would do it in the silos and these reactors and these plants that we have right by. Like, look right here in South Louisiana. We have Cancer Alley from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. All these industrial plants are causing an uptick in cancer. Now, does the government have anything to do with that? Who's to say? But you can't say that if they wanted to do it, why they had the easy mechanism to do it right there. They can do it right here in Cancer Alley. Maybe they are doing that, but they're not the chemtrails. The chemtrails are just discharged from the plane.
Listen, no, get back here. Because I have to
don't wanna.
answer to what you just said.
Don't make me.
Because, okay, so you expect the government to spend trillions on infrastructure to cover every single surface under the sun so they can poison people when they could just fly over?
I have the hat on. I don't have to respond to you.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's stay focused. Jesus Christ. Okay. So we're now entering rapid fire. Each side will have 1 minute. Ask as many questions as you can, short questions, or at least short answers. That's the goal.
Are you trying to get out of here?
Like, yeah, I have something to do later.
That's fair.
I have a date. Okay.
Gabriel,
Yeah.
I don't know, how's your home life?
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Not much to complain about, you know.
Okay. What about your allergies? How's that going?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I'm still gluten-free, you know. Still dealing with that. Eating a lot of rice, avoiding bread, you know. Typical.
You know why you're gluten free, right?
Why?
You're allergic to gluten because of the chemtrails. That's what they do. That's what the chemtrails do. They poison the crops and they make them non-digestible to human beings. That's why you can't even have a cigarette in peace.
Well, if that's the case, I think we need to be on the same side then.
Come on over.
All right.
Okay, and I think that's time anyway. So, defense, you're up. I guess you switched sides though.
Yeah, I hate being gluten-free.
Okay.
It's awful. Have you had gluten-free bread?
No,
Have you ever had to deal with the fact that you never have a soft pretzel ever again?
I don't know. I have type 1 diabetes, so I think whatever I deal with is harder than what you deal with.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Serve.
How does that affect your stool?
My stool?
Yeah. Is it hard or is it soft?
Well, that's a good question. On a day I've ingested gluten, it's any man's game. You don't know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolate.
It's like Russian roulette.
Yeah, except
for
the
your
chocolate's
butt.
melted. Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pray for anybody in the vicinity when I've ingested any crackers or wheat thins, God forbid. It's a rough time. Yeah. Considering Pampers as an alternative. Yeah.
Gosh. If you know you're in bad shape when wheat thins do it for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My enemy, my sworn enemy, wheat thins.
Yeah.
I might have a gluten allergy.
yeah, celiac's fake.
It's like soft serve every day, like 3 times a day.
Yeah, bro. I've had to call the
Crazy.
plumber in the office like freaking twice this week.
Sorry.
That was you?
I'm
That
not,
was a multitude of people.
I'm not on trial.
Fair. Okay, well, that's time. So I've heard enough, and I'm honestly tired of hearing you both speak. So we'll now move to closing arguments. Plaintiff, summarize your case.
My case is it's the government's trying to kill us. Our government is ran by a bunch of satanic that don't want good people occupying the earth because they just want to bang each other and do crazy rituals. And because there's normal people walking around that just want to have like a wholesome families and they want to milk their cows and they want to homeschool and they just kind of want to chill and just die in peace and go to church and just, be normal people because there's that. The government's like, no, they must die. And so the way to mass kill the normies is spray salt like a bunch of cockroaches. And but like cockroaches, we're still kicking. We're struggling, but we're kicking. And that's my argument.
She makes the same argument every episode.
No. Okay, enough. Thank you.
Welcome.
Defense, your closing statement.
The government made me gluten-free. I'm mad at the government. I'm mad at the chemtrails. I miss pizza. That's it.
Solid argument.
Thank you, counsel. I've heard the arguments. I've considered the evidence. And I've learned that apparently looking up at an airplane can mean very different things depending on who you ask. This court has carefully considered both sides just now. The plaintiff presented a passionate argument and raised several questions that have fueled the conspiracy for decades. The defense responded with evidence, I suppose. He did switch sides there for a second.
Yeah,
I think
fully switched.
in general switched sides. Yeah, we don't have much proof. Thank you both for that. But the court finds...
I'm so glad it's going to be one of you, hopefully you this time. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, You switch. So I guess
There can't be a loser. There's no sides.
Well,
There's no A, B. There's just A. So how can there be a loser?
given the fact that Gabriel has switched sides, it seems we have reached a stalemate. So the court does find the bailiff guilty.
What?
And will be subjected to punishment.
what? I'm a neutral party. I'm the bailiff. I keep the order.
You have not done a good job of that thus far.
I put on the shorts, Kaylee.
That is why you're being punished. Okay.
I lied earlier when I said they look good.
Your punishment will be continuing to breathe in these chemtrails.
What do you mean continue to? First off, there's no chemtrails. Second off, I'm not even
I
debating.
don't want you to have an opinion.
I shouldn't have an
So,
opinion, so I should be punished for having no opinion. I'm the bailiff. I keep the
Let's
order.
be quiet now. Let's be quiet now. So,
Put on the shorts.
Yeah.
justice has been served, or at least entertained. If you think this court got it right, tell us why. If you think I got it wrong, I've been called worse.
Oh, you're about to get caught.
This court is adjourned, and we're talking later.
I don't want the chemtrails.
All right, hold still.
What is that? A fog machine? No. What is? I hate this court. Why don't we start this show? God.
Do you guys want to go grab a beer?
Gluten-free?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm in.
Okay.
This episode of Conspiracy Court is brought to you by Ghost City Tours, the world's #1 ghost tour company. To get reminded of the latest episodes, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below for the next topic you'd like to see debated on Conspiracy Court.